I'll just say one of my friends recently was hanging out with at a SpaceX party with a bunch of SpaceX engineers. Okay, one of the engineers just had a baby recently. Okay, so she was on maternity leave. She came back and then she quit. She promptly quit. Why do you think she quit?
because she didn't wanna work the
She
hours.
can't take it anymore, right? It's like she thought she could come back and work the 70, 80, 90, 100 hours plus, but, she couldn't. But the thing with Elon is he has extremely high standards. He's gonna work so hard, he expects you to work that hard, which is fine. Those are his standards, right?
Yeah.
But it's very hard to sustain that, especially when it's not your own business too. And so for some people, like, when your mission is so hard, like, you can drag them for, like, 9 years or so, but at a certain point, there's gonna be a breaking point. But, I thought that was just interesting, like, this is whole, like, SpaceX is great mission and everything, but it's not for everyone all the time, and so
I have a buddy who worked at SpaceX.
mhm.
Dude, his wife had a kid, then they had a second kid, and then he left and now he works at Boeing. And I said, "Why'd you make the move?" And he said, "The hours were too much for me trying to
Uh-huh,
raise a family, so I picked Boeing because I could get paid well,
and work-life balance.
work-life balance."
Yeah, work-life balance is a thing. I gotta tell you a funny story about my, relative who's an agent. I'll tell you at lunch, during our business lunch, but,
A agent? A
yeah.
real estate agent?
No, 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 an agent for the government.
Oh,
So, yeah,
okay.
I'll tell you later, yeah. So anyway, on that note,
Let's talk about how we're gonna modify
our marketing,
in
how
2026 because we're getting
oh,
close to the
you're
end of the
thinking about
year.
how we're revamping our marketing for 2026. But
Yeah.
maybe let's talk about, um, what has how our experiments have gone recently. So we've talked about our long form YouTube experiments, our short form experiments. We can talk about how our experiments have gone, and then we can move into how we're revamping.
Sure. Yeah, because 'cause we've done a whole year worth of experiments. You wanna start with long form video or video stuff,
Yeah.
video marketing first?
Yeah. So I actually just started this again, and you and I think we go to the same place to record still, the studio in Century City.
No, I don't go there.
You don't go there anymore. So I still go to the
I don't wanna
studio.
spend the money.
That's good. That's good. So that's another thing we should talk about too on the spending piece. But I was reading off the teleprompter and I had like multiple people scripting and all that for these long form videos, and you can just see it's like it's so stiff. It's like I have a stick up my butt, right? And it's like sorry for the image, guys, but like and I'm just like, dude, this is so boring. And then like I look like I'm so tired. I look like I don't give a shit, right? And
Yeah.
so we switched it where I went back to just riffing, right? So there's a headline first, and then I'm riffing. Like yesterday, we put out a video, and it's actually a 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10 meaning like in the last 10 videos, it's number one, right? And I watched the video. I was like, why is this in the 1 out of 10? It's like it's not that interesting of a subject line, right? And then I was looking at it, and I was like, oh, I'm just talking like this because this is us, right? And
Yes.
like that those videos do much better. Those videos are way more shareable. Those videos are where you and I are just like sharing stories, right? Even when I watch some of your videos, and I'm like, yeah, this is kind of stiff, right? Even the way you're talking, it's not like that anymore, right? Or like marketing has changed. And I'm just like, this is so not you, right? And so I think when we're ourselves, like the
Yes.
videos just do way better. And I'm excited again. I wasn't excited. I was dreading recording these videos, and that's a big change that we've made, at least on the long form. I'll start with that first. Go ahead.
What other changes have you made? You wanna just keep going?
Yeah, on the YouTube side.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so we I would say on the YouTube long form side, we're a lot more intentional with the thumbnails. We're using a nano banana for the thumbnails,
Okay.
and they look like 90% Eric Sue, okay, like
Yeah,
90%
dude.
Neil Patel, but like I realize they don't care that much,
No,
right?
people don't care as much, but still, I it
Yeah.
just bothers me and I hate it.
Yeah, it bothers me too. I look at our marketing school channel, which is it's funny because when we have good, interesting packaging, like that still works, right? So I was looking at it just before we started recording. We talked about why Elon, Jeff Bezos, and U.S. generals hate PowerPoints. Okay, that one was the outlier on our channel, right? Even though you and I just like complain about, or I complain about PowerPoints for like 23 minutes. That
It
one
did
did
well.
it did well, yeah. And so the packaging goes a long way, but I think more than anything though, you can have good packaging, but if you're not just riffing, if you're just reading off the slides, people can tell. And I'll finish off on the short form piece. So I've been using this agency, which I really like. They give really good scripts, but I was also reading off the script. I was like, guys, like after I'm like, I'm not gonna keep reading off the scripts. I want to riff, and because the way they package and they structure the videos, like I have like scenes where I'm walking in, I'm like doing different actions. I'm like, this can do well, and they're like, yeah, you keep doing this, like it's gonna really compound, and I can see it starting to compound. And so I'm like, okay, let's keep doing the scripts that way, but let me riff. And I've realized the biggest change I've made is I make a video every week on Loom saying, "Hey, these are the topics I'm most interested in talking about right now," and they'll work around that versus just creating, how to make money with your agency or like how to hit 7 figures fast. So those are some changes I made. Here's the problem with most marketing agencies. They don't understand what is happening with the world of AI. With my agency, Single Grain, we think about agentic workflows. We think about creating agents for the future. When we think about SEO, we think about creating different products, such as internal linking products or content consolidation products. And on the other side of things, we think about building products such as Care. We just think about making marketing easier overall. If you want to stay at the cutting edge of marketing and at the same time leverage the power of AI, go to singlegrain.com and we'll see you on the other side.
So if I look at my year, we started with that agency that a lot of people have used, right? Dragon
Uh-huh.
Fruit. Hermosi's used them. I've used them. Did Cody ever use them? Cody
I'm not
Sanchez?
sure.
The doctor friend of yours, a British doctor, he's used them, right? I think that's what he used them.
British doctor?
British
Oh, Ali
doctor.
Abdaal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
he
yeah,
used them, right?
yeah.
Uh,
Dan Martell used them, I
Dan
think.
Martell, I think Dan still uses them.
Yeah.
Good company. We decided to just take it in-house because the content topics weren't the type of topics that we were looking to talk about. EX My Life Story or,
Something about you broke. Yeah,
yeah, it's like, I don't wanna talk about any of
yeah,
this stuff. It's also really awkward.
yeah. I can tell you don't enjoy those videos. Like,
I
it's not even
hate
that,
them.
you disdain them. Yeah.
Yes. And then you get a call from your kid's school, like, or I dropped my kids off to
Yep.
school, the lady rolls in and she's like, "Oh, I saw one of your videos about your life story." And I'm like, "Damn it," like, it
You're
just
hitting the wrong people.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, I'm like, "Why do I have to produce these kind of videos?" So, started doing them internally more, picking the topics, and it's gone well. We started to optimize for the views, like the same thing you said, like,
Mhm,
is that 1 out of 10, 4 out of 10, because YouTube gives you your rankings. And we started doing that too much, and we started getting better views middle of the year. But what we found was it wasn't driving the revenue we were looking for.
mhm,
So we went back to still doing it internally, taking the topics that we like, and talking to our sales reps on a weekly basis, technically marketing, because the marketing gets it from sales, on what topics are actually causing the most people to sign up with us
uh-huh.
and the topics that are causing most people to reach out to us. Two different things, right? Because one's a conversion, one is, you know, just because someone's talking to you about something doesn't mean they sign up at all.
Yeah.
And someone could talk to you about something and you can sell them on something else.
Mhm,
So we wanted to find out, what are people paying for and what are they coming in the door for? We started getting that feedback from our team on a weekly basis. It helps create a backlog. We then started creating content around those topics. And then we started producing video content around it. So, for example, we've been getting a lot of people last few months talking about, hey, a lot of the ChatGPT results are spammy. How do you think that algorithms, like, how can we adapt for the next year or 2 years or be more resistant? Because people are starting to get worried that they're doing well on ChatGPT right now, but it may not last and the algorithms change because they've seen algorithms change.
mhm,
Just like, a lot of people have posted how referral traffic has gone up or down substantially percentage wise, right?
yeah.
Not total volume because it's always been a small percentage, but percentage wise, the numbers have gone down. And when we started talking about it, like my last video was on ChatGPT's algorithm, what I think is going to change in 2026. I think it's only gone like 5 or 6 or 7,000 views. Very little views. But that's a topic that people who are converting are interested about. And a lot of those conversions come from existing clients upselling into more services.
Mhm,
So we're trying to be very specific with our content to make sure it has a ROI, even though it's harder to measure. And the next thing that I would say that we made a big change that we're testing out is, you nailed it. I don't like scripted stuff as well. You and I just like talking.
yep.
So we started doing these roundtable talks. I don't have an example to show you, but I'll go live in a few weeks.
It's like the Gary V 4Ds, remember that one?
I haven't seen the Gary V
So there's like a
4Ds.
round table of, like, business owners, and they're just asking him questions. Kinda like that?
No, it was kind of, the setup was a couch on the other side. Two of my colleagues were sitting on that. I was sitting on a chair, and we were having a discussion.
Mhm.
So the discussion for that episode was on search everywhere optimization.
Mhm.
So we're discussing like, do we think Google's going to kill ChatGPT or ChatGPT killing Google? And then another portion of the conversation was, search and social,
Yeah.
and how would you create content for search from a social aspect,
Uh-huh.
right? Just a lot of different
So
topics
they're
like that.
teeing you up and then you're answering kind of.
Not my team. Uh, the person filming is teeing us up,
Uh-huh.
and that won't be their voice will not be part of the recording.
Yeah.
And then we have a discussion as a group.
Who are the people around you?
Chad who leads up content and Nikki who leads
Okay,
up
so people on your
search.
team.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but we're just having a conversation,
Mhm.
and they're giving their inputs. I'm giving my inputs. We may not all agree or
Mhm.
disagree with each other,
Yeah.
and we just have the discussion
Yeah.
for an hour,
Uh-huh.
or maybe it was more. Probably get shortened down, when it goes live, but still, we're gonna end up rolling out. I don't know if they're gonna roll that out as one long
Yeah.
video or one
I
short.
think you need both for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but when I say one long is an hour version or
Uh-huh.
like 15 minutes, because they can
Yeah.
still be considered
I
long
call those
form.
mid forms.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
but one thing I learned from that, someone was teeing us up, and we were just riffing and riffing. Well, I'm like, "Oh, I don't want you to tee us up anymore. Just let us
Yeah.
talk for 30, 40 minutes." And they're like, "Well, we want to keep you on script." I'm like, "Who says there has to be a script?"
Yeah.
Because Chad and Nikki on my team deal with clients 24/7. I deal with clients.
You're off script the whole time.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
already know what people are interested
Uh-huh.
in. We all three of us speak at events, and I'm
Yeah.
like, we could have just riffed. Just
Yeah.
give us a overarching topic
Mhm.
and then go from there. Uh, but I'm thinking of doing something with them, kind of like if you look at what's Will Smith's wife's name?
Jaden?
Jada Pickett Smith. Is that
Yeah.
what's his wife's name?
Jada, yeah.
Jada
I think
Pickett
he has
Smith
Jaden's the son, Jada.
Jada Pickett Smith,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Something
I
like
think
that.
so,
I
yeah.
could be wrong on the name.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I apologize if I'm wrong on the name. They used to have these red table talks, and they'd sit around on a table and just have discussions.
Uh-huh.
But you may have like 5 or 6 topics that you wanna discuss here. You
Yeah.
may get through all of them, you may not. That's the format.
It's almost like how when they do, like, the spicy wings or whatever, and, like, you almost need, like, a prop where it's like people come back for that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I think that's interesting, and I think that's great for not only just long form, I'm talking, like, 30 minutes plus, but mid form, like, 5 to 15 minutes, and short form too. And I
Yeah.
think I think those should do well. Yeah.
But
So
I was excited to record. I'm like, "This is fun. We
yeah.
should do this more often."
Yeah.
And I'm hoping they do well enough where I no longer have to sit in front of a screen and
Mhm.
do the,
And so
uh
you don't need to be the talking head anymore?
yeah, because I wanna get away from me being the talking head
Yeah, yeah.
altogether, and
Yeah.
eventually it'll be, keep doing the group setting, so
Mhm.
no more just Neil Patel,
Mhm.
so then the people see NP Digital, and then keep doing that for years, and then slowly not be in all the videos, and then slowly not be in
Dude,
any of the
you
videos.
know what? You know what's a good idea for both of us, actually? There are a lot of popular influencer SEOs that work for these agencies, right? That are out there. I'm not gonna name any names, but they share interesting data all the time. I'm like, how do you collect all of these influencers and just have them at your company,
I
right?
already thought about hiring a lot of them and paying them more.
How did that work out? Did you talk to them yet?
I've talked to a few of them.
Yeah. But you have an
We've
interesting
even got
reputation.
yeah,
Yeah,
no, I
yeah,
coulda got some of them to do it. Some of
yeah,
them asked for upfront money for their
yeah.
business because
Uh-huh.
they make, money on the side
Yeah,
speaking or
yeah,
whatnot.
yeah, yeah.
Um, I if I talk to 5 influencers, I can probably convince 3 out of the 5
To join you full time.
to join us full time,
Yeah.
okay? I'm just giving you averages, like, so you can see percentage-wise,
Uh-huh.
right? So you're looking at roughly 60%, assuming
That's high.
comp keep in mind, I'm not hitting up people that I know hate me.
Yeah.
S you
I
c
would say a good chunk of these influencers don't like you.
It depends what you consider influencers. There's a lot of people who
Yeah.
are well-known in marketing,
Mhm.
and, not just you're thinking probably just SEOs.
I'm thinking purely in this context, SEOs.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
thinking of marketing
Broader
and
marketing. Yeah, I think marketing, you're
digital marketing
yeah, I think
specifically.
you're generally well respected and liked in general marketing.
Correct.
Yeah.
SEOs particularly,
No, you're
and
generally hated.
I'm generally hated, and
Yeah.
if you look at the SEOs, most of those influencers don't work for corporations,
Mhm.
they're solo entrepreneurs. Would you
I'm not
agree
talking
with
about
that?
those. I'm talking about the ones that actually work for significant agencies with thousands of employees.
There's not a lot of influencers that work
That's what I'm
with
saying.
signi
There's like a handful of them that you can collect like Pokemon.
No, but there's a lot more that are individual influencers that don't work for companies,
Yes, I agree. I agree.
okay? In
Yeah,
just digital marketing, whether
yeah,
someone is really well known for YouTube or
yeah, yeah.
Facebook. And what we thought about is reaching out. We went through that process. We actually did an experiment. We hired one of them.
Uh huh.
So we started off with one years ago. It did not work.
Uh huh.
And the
Why
main
didn't it
reason
work? Yeah.
being is they wanted to push their brand and not the corporate brand.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. And then we interviewed a few more. We're going to go down this path. What we found is it helps them build their brand. You kind of are building your corporate brand. But enterprise, which we made a decision years ago to shift to, they don't give a crap about influencers.
Mm-hmm.
They just give a crap about who's on my account, what's your experience in my industry, are they working for a competitor right now? If not, they can be on my account. Cool. They're really good. When you pitch me, I don't want you, Neil, to pitch me. I want the people pitching me at our office who are going to be working on our account. And if they're not going to be on our account, don't need them in the pitch process.
Yeah. I think the influencers I'm visualizing right now, they're very, you know how you share interesting data and graphs, right?
Yes.
So these people share very interesting data and graphs, and they work for larger agencies with, I would say like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people or so, right? Like
Hmm.
mid-sized agencies, right? If you want to call it, like, be a little more specific. Those are the people that I think are interesting because they kind of talk corporate too. And I'm like, those are interesting versus the ones that just are like, maybe individual consultants that want to promote themselves.
So Mike and I were having a discussion. We tried one and we came up with a revelation after this.
Same one,
No, we came
different
up
one.
with the revelation after we went
Okay.
through the first one, and this is why we stopped doing more.
Hmm.
How many of those influencers that work at agencies, or the agencies that have the influencers that work from, which ones are actually large and make a ton of money?
Let me show you this one. I it, I think this one makes money. Yeah.
That are at least my size or bigger?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm curious.
Yeah. I'll show you. But continue.
But
Continue.
almost all of them do not. You agree with this
Yes.
statement?
Yes.
Majority, almost
Yes.
more
So
than 90+% work
I'm
for.
really talking about like a diamond in the rough, but we're always looking for diamonds in the rough.
But if that person works for a really big agency, the chances are they weren't the one who made that agency.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't. Yeah.
So I'm talking about which person works at an agency and cause them to grow drastically.
Through their influencer work.
Yeah,
Oh, it's not almost none.
correct. So that's why. And then we started looking
Yeah.
at the
But
agencies
we're
that are
we're talking
big.
about trying to get your talking head off.
Yeah, but what we came up with,
Why do you have glitter on your face?
I don't have glitter on my
Yeah, you
face.
do. Maybe it's from.
No, do I have glitter on my
Yeah,
face?
you do. You can't see. You have to like look up. There's like one little speck. But continue.
Could be
Sorry.
from my kid.
Yeah, yeah,
But what we came up with was we don't need a talking head. We're
yeah.
gonna have everyone within our organization
That's
just
fair.
speak and
That's fair.
get well
Yeah,
known.
that's fair. I mean, like, the distribution's already there, and your email list is very nice. So you're
It's
good.
not the email list. I know a lot of people think
It's
it's our
not just
email.
the email list, but email list is a big part of it.
It's not.
It's a big part of it. Here, give me your email list.
No, I can't legally anyways, I'll
Yeah,
get
yeah, yeah, yeah.
sued.
Yeah.
But the biggest reason for our success, if you wanna talk about the recent years and scaling and growing from a marketing aspect, was expanding a lot internationally, willing to stomach the burn. I'm
Mhm.
still stomaching the burn,
Yep.
to some extent. And then marketing to the public. We're a global agency. We have people on the ground in all these regions.
Mhm.
That has probably been the biggest driver of growth in
Yeah,
recency.
you said that already, but I still think the email list is nice. So, it's not the main factor, right? I would say it's still a factor.
It doesn't drive that many enterprise businesses
But how much revenue does your email list drive per year, you think?
in the millions, of course, but
Yeah, so I'm saying it's still, like, a factor, you know?
yeah, it's
It
in the low
it
single digit
Yeah,
percentile.
yeah, so it's still, like, if it's a pimple, it's still a pimple, right?
Yeah,
So
it all
so
adds up.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyway, we're going back to what were we talking about here? So we're talking about marketing experiments that we're running. One more thing on this one too, on the YouTube side. So we've been doing webinars, but, I so because we have a little more money now, we're gonna start streaming this live again because we do get good engagement when we go live. And I'm just like, why don't we just go live more? And this is our way of our like engaging with the community more. But it's always gone well for us. Like, why don't we just do it more? And like last week, I did a live with Adam Robinson from RB2B, and it was fun. We just like engaged for like an hour. We're shooting the shit. I'm finding out what he's doing. We're just going back and forth, and like you know, it did well, like a couple thousand views on it, right? For like a webinar, so not bad. So anyway, that is it for today, guys. Please don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.